Hi everybody. Welcome to this hangout, to this Q&A session for ambassadors. And we are very, very happy that you could join us, that you could view us, or that you are viewing the recording, and hopefully this session will be very, very helpful for you. So to introduce ourselves, I'm Anastasia. I'm here working with the InterNations Academy. And I will be moderating the session. So if you do have any questions, please make sure to post them in the live chat that you can see on the right of the video. So there's a little live chat. I put the introduction there. So please do submit your questions, and we'll make sure to keep an eye on those. Also, if you do have any comments, make sure to post them here. Today, we are introducing a new format, something that we hope will be very useful for ambassadors around the globe. We are trying to have different topics in focus for this specific hangout sessions for you. We do have a very extensive list of topics, so stay tuned for your invitations on the platform. And today we're starting with a very special topics: how to spice up your events, how to make sure that you have the most creative, the best event that attracts more members and attendees to it, and make people to come back more and more. So so this is a very exciting topic to start the 2017 and this series of hangouts. And it's not only interesting, but it's also very important. Last year, we did a little research here across different communities across the world. And what we found out, that all those interesting special events, be it costume party, an event dedicated to InterNations birthday, some speed networking, or maybe some gala event. These all special types of event, they do attract more attendees. And on average, we also do have numbers here. On average, it's 14% more attendees that go to the special event compared to the regular event. Also, we do have more unique signups, and the difference is about 19% between the special event having higher number of unique signups compared to the regular event, as well as first-time signups. The difference is almost 15%. So you see, people do sign up more for this kind of events, and of course they attend them more. And what's also important, that people do see the value when they attend this kind of special events. They see the value of upgrading to be an Albatross member and explore more InterNations platform and what InterNations has to offer. So with this, we have 9% more upgrades coming from these special events compared to regular events attendees. So I think these are really clear benefits of how a special event can contribute to growing your community, to attracting more members, also to attracting journalists. There is a high PR potential of inviting journalists to cover this kind of special event and create more awareness across the community, the city, about InterNations. So having said that, we do encourage you, from a company's perspective, we do encourage you, obviously, based on these cool numbers, on things and benefits that we have from special events, to think about what can you do to make your events more creative. But also, please don't forget that we are here to help you, that your contact person at the headquarters is more than happy to support you with anything concerning the organization, and more than happy to give you tips and tricks on how to make the best of it. And today, I do have a person with me who represents the Ambassadors and Events team. This is Sandra, and she'll be helping to give more tips and advice on organizing and hosting the special events.
Thanks, Anastasia. So yeah, my name is Sandra. I'm part of the Ambassadors and Events team. We're a team of 9 people. Together we're taking care of 390 communities worldwide, being in touch with the ambassadors and closely supporting them on a daily basis. My communities that I'm taking care of are based in the Middle East and in France. Yeah, and I've been working with InterNations for 3 years now, and I'm also here today to, like Anastasia said, to try and answer all the questions that you might have, together with Jitka, who is our Jitka. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Jitka, who is one of our ambassadors from the Prague community. So thank you so much for being with us tonight. Could you quickly introduce yourself to our viewers as well, please?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our session. My name is Jitka. I'm the ambassador of the Prague community, actually one of the 2 ambassadors. And I've been living in Prague for a year and a half. Before I was living in London, before in Prague for 7 years, and before in Italy, because I'm half Italian, half Czech. So let's say it's an advantage for me because I'm a partial expat, not a total expat. So I know the local language, and I can be helpful to the members of our community. Shall I say something about the Prague community specifically, or?
Yeah, sure, if you like. Just go ahead and also give our viewers a little bit of background about the Prague community, yes.
Exactly. So my relationship with the InterNation is a long-term one. I joined InterNations, I think, in 2011 or 10. And I started attending InterNations events when I was in Prague because I was working for an American Prague-based newspaper. And I contacted the headquarters of InterNations because I wanted a media partnership with the Prague community, which was very good and very helpful for both sides. Then I moved to London and I was traveling a lot. And so I was attending InterNations events as a guest, and not only in London, but also in communities like Baku in Azerbaijan, Almaty in Kazakhstan, and so forth. And when I moved back, the former ambassador of the Prague community asked me to join her on board. And I was really excited about this offer because I'm a big fan, and because I'm a natural networker. I love networking. I love meeting new people. And I also know how it feels moving to a country where you don't know anything or anybody. So I'm really happy to help, which is probably the case of most ambassadors. And of course, it's a great network of contacts. So it has a lot of positive sides.
Great. So how long have you been ambassador for InterNations in Prague already now?
Since April last year. So it's been 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah, nice. Approaching 1 year quickly. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it has, of course, it has a reason why we asked you specifically to join us tonight as a guest speaker. Talking to Michelle, your contact person in the ambassadors and events team. She told us that you had a lot of special events organized throughout the last year, be it an Italian night, be it an 80s party or an Indian night. So lots of different topics that you were offering to our members in Prague, which is great. You and your co-ambassador together, I think you're organizing 3 events every month, and you're really striving to offer something different every time. Great. What especially caught my eye was the Christmas event that you organized last year, because it actually had a lot of, well, it involved a lot of creative ideas, a lot of specials actually, in just one event. For example, you had a charity raffle at the Christmas event. You had an event sponsor, an external sponsor who sponsored some desserts, I think. You had some special entertainment, namely a belly dancer and a DJ, I think. And you even invited the press. You invited a media partner from
exactly.
Morning paper.
Yes. That's right, and we did the whole event with zero budget, because since the beginning of last year we were in a complicated situation, because there was a special event that was not as successful, and basically what we needed to do was trying to do the most attractive possible attractive events using zero money, and actually finding some extra for it. So we managed to find a sponsor, which was a relocation company. Obviously, a suggestion to all ambassadors: before you confirm any sponsor, first contact headquarters to make sure it's okay, because there are some partners that are worldwide. So just make sure that it's okay, and propose what the proposal is before promising something to anybody. And in our case, the sponsor was approved. It was a relocation like a European relocation company, which was great. And they gave us approximately €200 in exchange of something that cost us zero effort and that didn't disturb anybody. So just some leaflets, some posters, and a little bit of publicity in the invitation. And with this money, we convinced the venue, which was a venue that was opening on the very night of our event, to offer a free dessert for everyone. So obviously it was not very cost effective for the venue, but it was good advertisement, a good promotion for them too. So that was one of the benefits we got. The belly dancer was actually the other ambassador, Fernando, found her, and she just offered to entertain us for free. I don't know why, but she's probably just generous, and she's an expat herself, so she wanted to support us. Regarding the charity raffle, it's actually a concept that we use at every InterNations special event. We always find a nice charity partner that has the opportunity to present their activities during the event, and also a little bit before in the invitation. And through our network of contacts, we are able to find very, very nice prices. So people are quite motivated to buy the raffle tickets. And our prices are usually worth between 30 minimum to €200. And they go from luxury cosmetics to restaurant vouchers to tickets to concerts, vouchers for accommodation in nice hotels. So a very wide portfolio of donors for our raffles.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it was a great event. It didn't cost us anything, and we actually are now trying to save budget to do something very special for the 10th anniversary of InterNations in September. So my aim is to continue saving until then and trying to do the special events with the support of other partners.
So how do you come up with all of these ideas? Like, do you come up with them yourself, or are you talking with your co-ambassador, or do you have members or maybe other consuls also suggesting it to you? How do you come up with all these ideas?
Actually, it's usually just between the two of us, between me and the other ambassador. And I work as business development director for an events agency, so I'm always surrounded by ideas in terms of events in the events industry, and also I have a really wide portfolio of contacts. So every time I'm looking for something for free, I'm scrolling down my telephone address book, and sometimes I get some ideas and just call random people and ask them if they would like to support our events. And I always try to motivate people to support us, because I know it differs in every city, it's slightly different, but the target group of the Prague community is very, very interesting. So that's like a motivation for people to show their support to us.
Definitely, yeah, that's a good way for them to promote their product, their business, or in case if it's an NGO, if it's a charity, of course, for them it's always nice to have an opportunity to spread the word about their work.
Exactly.
to new people. Awesome. So, what to consider and what to keep in mind specifically when organizing a special event? You already were talking about costs, you were talking about time management, I think, and also about being in touch with headquarters about your ideas. So what, or
Oh, sorry, the connection.
yeah, please.
Sorry, I missed the last bit because the connection stopped for a moment. What was the last question?
Okay, yeah, I was just asking basically what to consider, especially when organizing an event.
Yeah, definitely. So from our experience, it might be attractive to do like a partially paid event for everyone, maybe to do a bigger form of entertainment. But we notice that whenever people have to pay anything, even if it's a symbolic amount, it really drastically diminishes the amount of people who actually come to the event. So we decided to either try to do something for free with the help of sponsors or by using our budgets. But strategically, we don't want to charge people to attend special events anymore. So we're trying to so this is like costs are the first thing. Another thing is to coordinate and to do brainstorming sessions with the other ambassadors, because how it's divided in our Prague community is that we look after one event each, but when it comes to special events or events where we expect a huge amount of people, we always meet before and we do a brainstorming together, we put some ideas together, and we divide the tasks of like who organizes what. So for example, to find prizes for the charity raffle, we have 10 prizes, so we're going to find 5 each, or we have like a clear things to-do list. Then it's very good to make sure that the venue is able to accommodate an event like the InterNations event. Sometimes obviously unexpected things can happen, but it's good to double check everything 1 month before the event, 1 week before the event, 2 days before the event, and also go on site when it comes to special events, not the usual half an hour or hour, but at least 2 hours before, to make sure everything is running smoothly.
Yeah, and how long, you just mentioned 1 month before, 2 weeks before, 1 week before you check on the event. So how long before did you, for example, start organizing the Christmas event?
The Christmas event, I think 1.5 months before, probably.
All right.
It's not that I was working 8 hours a day on it, but I made sure to find a venue because it was in December. It was a Friday night in December, and it was very difficult to find a venue for free on a Friday night in the city center as well. So that was like my main task, was to find a place, and then the surrounding things, we did them later, of course.
I can imagine. And for example, for the Italian night or the 80s party, how long did it take you to find a venue for these events?
So it's very it's quite difficult to convince people to give you, for example, the venue where we had the 90s, 80s party, because that venue is completely full every single Friday night for the last 20 years. So it's very difficult, but I have a great network. So I know the general manager of this venue, and I convinced him to open the venue for us 2 hours before, and convinced him that during the first hour of their opening, not many people are going to come anyway, and that the real party will start after our event, our private part of the event is over. So that's how I managed in this case. Regarding the Italian night, it's all, I have to say, all through my network. I really rarely go to a random place that's, I don't know anybody, and contact them. But sometimes I do that too. And in that case, the sales strategy comes in, and you have to adapt your pitch according to the type of venue that you are talking to. So if it's a very expensive venue, you will emphasize that it's an amazing target group of people who are mainly from the middle to top management of international companies. So it's a great marketing opportunity for them. But on the other hand, they have to give you bargain prices for the night, because there is this 20-30% of people who actually are not as rich, and we have to make sure that everyone is happy to make sure the event is successful. While when I go to a pub which has absolutely normal prices, I just say that it's a expat community, and I don't specifically tell him that it's rich people, because then he might think that they wouldn't come back to a normal place like this, you know. So adapting your pitch, never lie, of course, but emphasize the part that is useful to obtain the best results.
Definitely. And just in case, if you're not able to organize something for Friday night or Saturday night, because the venue is very popular and the venue is really booked out every Friday night, and doesn't agree on, which I think is a really good idea, on actually opening up a bit earlier for the InterNations group.
Yeah.
Then you could still, propose to do it on a Tuesday night, on a Wednesday night, when there's usually not such a big crowd, I guess. And then yeah,
of course, that's another option.
Cool. And how close, usually when you organize a special event, are you more in touch with Michelle than usually, I guess, than for regular events?
Actually, we just let her know what our idea is before the event, but then we organize everything ourselves, but she's always there to help us. And when I have some specific questions, like, can I use this sponsor, or is it okay if this sponsor does this and that in exchange of X amount of money? So of course I need to be in touch with her. Yeah.
And is there, in your experience, is there anything that didn't work so far, or is there anything that you would tell other ambassadors to avoid when it comes to organizing a special event? Any special topics? Or
definitely, I think that people come to the InterNations parties just to relax, and they don't want to be forced to participate to any particular activity. So the event can have a topic, the event can have some activities, but it has to be something that everybody likes and that people don't really mind. So we had bad experience in the past in organizing, for example, karaoke events, because it's an activity that not everyone likes and not everyone even is interested in. So selling an event by saying it's going to be a karaoke event is not going to make it attractive probably to most people. Another thing from experience, as I mentioned before, is paid events. So even if it's symbolic, they're already thinking, like in their mind, they're thinking, we're already paying for the Albatros membership. Why should we pay extra? Or we're already paying to enter the event. Why should we pay something extra? So it would have to be something like truly amazing to motivate people to pay for it and come in the same amount. So I would just like to prefer to avoid it. And then we've had some complaints about smoking. And so we just now are, well, anyway, smoking is going to be banned here from May on, hopefully. But we are asking our venues to do a non-smoking session until the end of our event from now on.
Okay. And you have tried that out already, or did that work well?
Yeah, we have.
Okay. Oh, very good. Okay, so generally you would say avoid expenses that are too high, entrance fees that are too high, and also avoid things that are too specific, and actually need the participation, mandatory participation of our members, like karaoke.
Exactly.
Which is a really good point, because, for example, if you do a Mexican night, an Italian night, this is something that is special, but it still attracts a lot more people than a karaoke night, or I don't know, some kind of sports activity or something like that. So I guess this is something that if also you as ambassadors are interested in organizing something like that, of course we still have our activity groups where then, we can organize some more specific activities. Yeah, great. One more tip from my side would also be like if you or if any ambassadors out there need some inspiration, browse our website, go to the Prague community, for example, go to their event calendar and have a look at what they've been doing last year. Because I think that's a really nice way to get inspired if you're lacking ideas. I mean, of course, there's us here at the headquarters. We also exchange our ideas or our ambassadors' ideas and our best events regularly, so we can help you with that. We have actually a special events list also accessible on our website and our Ambassador Resource Center, where ambassadors can also get some inspiration, get some ideas, for example, for, I don't know, costume parties, charity parties, networking parties, gala events, Sunday afternoon family events. So there's a whole lot of ideas in there. Or, like I said before, really have a look at what's going on in other communities. And I'm sure that Jitka and other ambassadors would also be happy to answer any questions.
Definitely. And anytime, feel free to contact me.
Great.
Thank you, Jitka. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, it's a bit different depending on the language you're using, I guess. So yeah, Jitka, thank you very much for answering so many questions, and I hope our ambassadors who are watching us also found it very useful. I really like the idea of actually exchanging with other ambassadors and browsing the website, because that's, I think, is very important. There's so many great ideas out there on our platform that you can just like take and use them, and of course contact organizers and see what kind of things they had to consider when organizing their special events. I would also say that using your network, and you, Jitka, mentioned that quite a few times, that using the network is very helpful, especially when you come with ideas, when you're looking for sponsors, when you're looking for venues. So don't underestimate using the network that you have within the InterNations community, but also outside of it. I'm sure there's quite a few people who are eager to help you or do a belly dance at your next event.
Because actually InterNations has a lot of unique selling points, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find support. You know, there have been some experiments or some attempts here in Prague, but I guess in every other city, to gather expats, but there is nothing like InterNations. It's just the best and biggest platform in the world. So, and also I would like to say that if any of you ambassadors is visiting Prague or planning to visit Prague, feel free to let me know beforehand, and also let me know if you are planning to attend any of our events, and I'll be happy to guide you through and show you how our community works. Because in some cases I have been contacted before, but in some cases I just found out about some ambassadors attending our events without letting me know. So it would be more useful for you if you let us know in advance.
Yeah, great. That's a great invitation. I'm sure some ambassadors are already packing their bags, and here too, because I'm eager to see what's in
It's -6 now in Prague, so I recommend you maybe to wait a couple of weeks or months. But
it's -12, 13 in Munich, so
okay.
education for us. Thank you again to all of you for joining us. I hope you noted all the useful tips and advice from Yitka and also from Sandra. And I hope your next event is going to be very special and very creative, attracting more and more attendees and growing your community. So stay tuned for invitations to our next Q&A sessions on various different topics, and have a nice evening, have a nice day. So bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
For joining us.